Nissan just makes economy cars and family sedans. Think again. Behind the badge lies a legacy of absolute monsters. Cars so powerful, they've terrified racetracks and rewired expectations. Let's dive into the 10 most powerful Nissans ever produced. But be warned, some of these beasts are barely street legal. Number 1. GT-R R35 Nismo. 2020 to present. This isn't just a car, it's a calibrated storm on 4 wheels. The GT-R R35 Nismo is what happens when Nissan's engineers stop trying to please the masses and start building something for the obsessed. For over a decade, the R35 has been the brand's flagship, but the Nismo version, that's the final boss. Under the hood sits a 3.8-litre twin-turbocharged V6, lovingly hand-assembled by Nissan's Takumi master engine builders. It delivers a jaw-dropping 600 horsepower and 481 pound-feet of torque, sent through a razor-sharp dual-clutch transmission to all 4 wheels. That means 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. And yet, it's not just a straight-line missile. Nissan took weight savings seriously. Carbon fiber hood, roof, trunk lid, even the fenders. Aerodynamics, reworked from nose to tail to slice through the air with the precision of a katana. The suspension is track-tuned, the brakes are carbon ceramic, and the whole thing feels like it's been dialed in by someone with a stopwatch for a soul. But what truly makes the R35 Nismo unforgettable is how it feels. It's loud, raw, and unapologetically aggressive. It's not trying to coddle you, it wants to test you. You're not driving it, you're holding on. This isn't just the most powerful GT-R ever made. It's the purest distillation of everything the GT-R stands for: speed, balance, and relentless engineering. Number 2. GT-R 50 by Italdesign. 2018. Imagine taking a Nissan GT-R Nismo, already a beast in its own right, and telling a group of Italian design legends, make it wilder. That's exactly what happened when Nissan teamed up with Italdesign to create the GT-R 50. The result? One of the most powerful, exclusive, and jaw-droppingly beautiful Nissans ever made. Underneath the exotic styling lies the heart of a tuned GT-R Nismo. But this isn't just a cosmetic job. The twin-turbo 3.8-litre V6 was pushed to deliver a staggering 710 horsepower and 575 pound-feet of torque. That's more than a Lamborghini Huracan or a Ferrari Roma. And yet, the GT-R 50 doesn't scream for attention. It demands it with silence, presence, and sheer menace. Italdesign reimagined the entire silhouette. The roofline is lower, the headlights are razor-thin, and the rear end, let's just say it looks like it belongs in a high-stakes chase through futuristic Tokyo. Only 50 units were made globally, each one tailored to the buyer's taste and priced north of $1 million. Driving one is a rare privilege. Most of us will only ever see it in photos, maybe at a car show, if we're lucky. But just knowing it exists is enough to send chills down any petrolhead's spine. This isn't just a GT-R with a body kit, it's a celebration of 50 years of GT-R excellence, reimagined by masters of speed and style. Number 3. R390 GT1, 1998. Now we're entering Holy Grail territory. The Nissan R390 GT1 isn't just powerful, it's mythical. Built to take on Le Mans in the late 90s, this car was born for endurance racing at the highest level. And because racing rules required at least one road-legal version, Nissan obliged and created one of the rarest supercars the world has ever seen. Under the sleek carbon fiber body lies a mid-mounted 3.5-litre twin-turbocharged V8, derived from Nissan's Group C racing program. It produces 550 horsepower, but that's only part of the story. The engine screams like a banshee and rockets the car to a top speed north of 220 miles per hour. That's mind-blowing even today. In 1998, practically unheard of. But this car wasn't about flashy interiors or daily driving. It was a Le Mans prototype in disguise. Aerodynamic lines, rear-mounted transmission, massive rear wing. It was built to dominate the Mulsanne Straight, not the freeway. Only one street-legal version exists, making it one of the rarest unicorns in automotive history. Most gearheads will never see one in the flesh. It's the kind of car whispered about in forums, shown in grainy video clips, and remembered by a lucky few. The R390 GT1 wasn't just a Nissan. It was a full-blown rebellion against the European supercar elite, a moment when Japan fired back and nearly won. Number 4. Duke R, 2015. Let's get one thing straight. This isn't your grandma's compact crossover. The Nissan Duke R is what happens when engineers throw away the rulebook, lock themselves in a garage, and decide to build something that absolutely shouldn't exist, but does, and it's glorious. At first glance, the Duke looks like an oddball city car, quirky headlights, stubby shape, not exactly threatening, but peel back the bodywork of the Duke R, and underneath, it's a full-blown Nissan GT-R. We're talking about a 3.8-litre twin-turbocharged V6, all-wheel drive, and the same 600 horsepower heart found in the GT-R Nismo, in a body that looks like it's on its way to soccer practice. The result? A mutant. A 0 to 60 time under 3.5 seconds. Guttural exhaust notes that could wake the dead. Flared fenders, carbon fiber panels, roll cage. This was a Frankenstein built for speed. Only a handful, just 5 units, were ever built for private buyers, each one costing well into 6-figure territory. It wasn't meant to be practical, it wasn't meant to sell, it was meant to make a statement. We can do this. Just watch us. Driving it was reportedly terrifying and hilarious in equal measure. It was never going to win beauty contests, but it could absolutely dominate a drag race and leave jaws on the floor doing it. This wasn't just a Duke, it was a warning shot from Nissan's wild side. Number 5. Skyline GT-R R34 Z-Tune 2003. If there's one Nissan that makes grown car enthusiasts tear up with nostalgia, it's the R34 GT-R. But the Z-Tune, that's the legend turned up to 11. It's not just the most powerful R34 ever made, it's the holy grail of Skylines. Let's rewind. In the early 2000s, as the R34 was reaching the end of its run, Nismo, the performance arm of Nissan, decided to give it the ultimate send-off. They handpicked 20 used R34 chassis with under 18,000 miles on them, stripped them to bare metal, reinforced them, and built what they called the Z-Tune. In the end, only 19 were completed, each one a masterpiece. Under the hood is a 2.8-litre version of the legendary RB26DET engine, not 2.6 to 2.8, turbocharged, re-engineered, and tested to withstand the abuse of endurance racing. The result? 500 horsepower and 398 pound-feet of torque. But what really made it special was how it delivered that power, smooth, responsive, and perfectly balanced for carving corners or crushing straights. It wasn't just a tuned R34, it was a reimagined machine. Wider fenders, reinforced suspension, Brembo brakes, and a refined interior. It looked aggressive, but still understated, like a samurai in a tailored suit. Even today, the Z-Tune is often cited as one of the greatest Japanese performance cars ever built, and for those lucky enough to see one in person, it's nothing short of spiritual. Number 6. GT-R Nismo GT3 2018. If the regular GT-R is a street fighter, the GT-R Nismo GT3 is a professional assassin. Built not for comfort, but for competition, this is the stripped-down, amped-up version made to survive the toughest racing environments on Earth, like the 24 hours of Nürburgring or the grueling circuits of the GT3 series. At its core is a 3.8-litre twin-turbocharged V6, similar to the production R35 GT-R, but here it's tuned specifically for racing reliability and performance. In race trim, it churns out 550-plus horsepower, depending on the series regulations. But it's not just about power. Every component on the GT3 is optimized for one thing: winning. The GT3 uses a rear-wheel drive layout instead of the GT-R's typical all-wheel drive system, cutting weight and simplifying the drivetrain. The suspension is a race-spec double wishbone setup, fully adjustable. The brakes? Massive, track-ready, and designed to handle lap after lap of abuse. The body is swathed in carbon fiber with aggressive aero, splitters, diffusers, giant rear wings, all built to generate downforce and stability. Inside, it's all business. No infotainment, no creature comforts, just a roll cage, racing seat, and a digital dash that tells you exactly what you need to know when you're pushing 10/10ths. This isn't a car you drive to the track, it's a car you race on the track, and it's helped Nissan stay competitive in the world of global GT racing for over a decade. Number 7. 370Z Nismo 2015 to 2020. The 370Z Nismo might not break the 600 horsepower barrier, but don't let the numbers fool you. This is one of the most fun, responsive, and old-school performance cars Nissan's ever made. In an age of touchscreens and driving modes, the 370Z Nismo sticks to what matters: driver feel, mechanical grip, and pure attitude. At its heart is a naturally aspirated 3.7-litre V6, producing 350 horsepower and 276 pound-feet of torque. Doesn't sound like much? Take it for a spin. The engine loves to rev, and paired with a slick shifting 6-speed manual and one of the best factory rev matching systems ever made, it delivers one of the most analog and engaging driving experiences out there. The Nismo variant sharpens everything. You get tighter suspension, a stiffer chassis, upgraded brakes, and stickier tires. The styling is aggressive too, with a restyled front bumper, red accented trim, larger rear wing, and forged raised wheels. It looks the part, and more importantly, it drives like it means it. Unlike its bigger GT-R sibling, the 370Z Nismo is light, tossable, and willing to dance through corners. It's not chasing lap records, it's chasing your grin. This is the kind of car you fall in love with on a winding back road, where horsepower takes a back seat to connection. For purists who still believe in the magic of rear-wheel drive and manual gearboxes, the 370Z Nismo is a love letter from Nissan, written in tire marks. 8. Titan Warrior Concept, 2016. Who says Nissan only builds street predators? The Titan Warrior concept proves that Nissan knows how to flex off-road muscle too. Unveiled at the 2016 Detroit Auto Show, this beast wasn't just a flashy concept. It was a clear message to Ford's Raptor and Ram's Rebel. We can play dirty too. Based on the Titan XD platform, the Warrior turned up the aggression in every possible way. Under the hood, a 5.0-litre Cummins 5, 8-turbo diesel, pushing 390 horsepower, and an earth-moving 555 pound-feet of torque. That's serious grunt, enough to pull, crawl, and climb its way through just about anything. But the design, that's where it really went savage. The fenders were widened, the suspension was beefed up with long travel components, and the whole body sat taller and meaner. LED lighting, skid plates, matte finishes, every detail screamed post-apocalyptic truck of your dreams. It wasn't just about performance, it was about attitude. The interior followed suit with rugged, industrial aesthetics mixed with premium materials. The steering wheel looked like it came out of a fighter jet, and the seats were bolstered for battle. Sadly, it never made it to production, but even years later, fans still talk about it. The Warrior gave a glimpse of what Nissan could do if it let loose in the off-road world. And honestly, we're still hoping they will. If this truck ever hit showrooms, it would have given the off-road world a serious shake. Number 9. Patrol Nismo, 2021. You don't usually associate full-size SUVs with sporty handling and track-inspired tuning, but then again, the Patrol Nismo isn't your usual SUV. Designed with the Middle Eastern market in mind, this beast blends luxury, performance, and brute force into one very bold package. It's not just a big family hauler, it's a high-speed sledgehammer on wheels. Under the hood, you'll find a hand-built 5.6-litre naturally aspirated V8. Yes, hand-built, producing 428 horsepower and 413 pound-feet of torque. That's more than enough to send this massive SUV hurtling down the highway with surprising urgency. But what really sets it apart is the Nismo touch. Engineers didn't stop at the motor. They upgraded the suspension with Bilstein shocks, stiffened the chassis for sharper handling, and fine-tuned the aerodynamics with a sportier front bumper and rear diffuser. Even the 22-inch wheels are lightweight forged alloys, because every ounce counts, even on a giant like this. Inside, the Patrol Nismo is all luxury. Diamond-stitched leather seats, Alcantara inserts, carbon fiber trim, and red Nismo accents throughout. It's equally at home climbing dunes or cruising 5-star hotels. This SUV proves you don't have to sacrifice style or space to get your performance fix. It's a rare blend of refinement and aggression, perfect for drivers who want their horsepower served with premium comfort and commanding presence. The Patrol Nismo isn't just a performance SUV, it's a rolling statement that power comes in all shapes and sizes. Number 10. Maxima 40th Anniversary Edition, 2021. Let's talk about a sleeper. The Nissan Maxima has long been known as the 4-door sports car, but the 40th Anniversary Edition, that was Nissan's way of reminding everyone that the Maxima still had some serious punch under the hood, and style to match. At the heart of this special edition is a 3.5-litre V6 that delivers a solid 300 horsepower and 261 pound-feet of torque. Now, that might not sound like sports car territory, but once you put your foot down, this thing moves. The acceleration is crisp, and the power delivery is buttery smooth, more than enough to surprise anyone who doubts it at a red light. But the performance isn't the only story here. The 40th Anniversary Edition is all about the details. Unique ruby slate grey pearl paint, blacked-out badging, red semi-aniline leather seats, and satin dark chrome interior accents. It's the most refined, stylish Maxima ever made. The suspension is tuned for sporty responsiveness without sacrificing ride comfort, making it perfect for those who want both thrills and practicality. Plus, with Nissan's full suite of driver assist features, it's as smart as it is sharp. This isn't a track monster or a drag strip demon. It's a high-performance executive express, a car for drivers who want to enjoy horsepower in real-world settings without drawing too much attention. If you've ever wanted a family sedan that doesn't play by the rules, the Maxima 40th edition quietly proves that maturity and muscle can go hand in hand. So which one of these Nissans blew your mind the most? Was it the mutant Duke R, the Le Mans-born R390, or the 710 horsepower GT-R 50 that looks like it belongs in a futuristic Tokyo drift? From racetracks to sand dunes, Nissan has proven that powerful isn't just about numbers. It's about purpose, passion, and sometimes pure madness. If this list changed the way you see Nissan forever, you're not alone. And if you're still doubting their power game, you might want to look again. Like what you heard? Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe for more car deep dives, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next beastly breakdown.